What up, guys? Alchemist, and I got something nice for you. So today's build, we're shooting rockets everything. Rockets there, rocket everywhere, okay? But before we continue, shout out to today's sponsor, DVN.net. Guardians, I would like to recommend you all a great service the Traveler blessed us with, DVN.net. Here, you can find a team to complete different activities for you, like raids, dungeons, trials, exotics that you don't have, and even power grind. No longer do you have to torture yourself with grind level torture. You can give it to somebody else. You can torture somebody else with it, okay? All the services can be done without account sharing. So no worries about securing your account and having to give away your login information. To order a service like that, all you have to do is talk to an operator in the bottom right corner where it says chat and schedule a self-play appointment with your order. The website has been working for a long time. It has a lot of players, reviews, and payment methods. You can check out everything yourself, and with the promo code AlchemistKirito, you will have a 15% off discount on all services. If you have any further questions, just ask the operator in the bottom right corner. What you waiting for? Get help from DVN.net today. So the exotic we're using in today's build is Hazardous Propulsion. Hazardous Propulsion makes it that weapon, precision hits, or final blows, I believe it's like 3 or 4 kills, have a chance to load us a kinetic Hazardous micro missile, which is the exotic perk on this. And basically, you shoot the micro missile out the exotic from using your class ability. Damaging targets with the missiles, the micro missiles gotta hit somebody for you to get the damage buff, so make sure your micro missiles are hitting enemies when you proc it. Make sure it don't hit the wall or anything like that, or it's just gonna F up your whole gameplay loop. But damaging people with these micro missiles increase all micro missile damage and rocket launcher damage. If you don't know what micro missiles are in this game, micro missiles basically any weapon that uses rockets. So rocket sidearm, the rocket pulse rifle, what else? Gallahorn with the wood packed rounds, all that type of stuff, okay? So just make it simple. Anything, any rocket sidearm or rocket pulse rifle uses it. They'll even say micro missile frames on them, okay? So that's what micro missiles are in this game. So we're utilizing that to buff up our micro missiles and rocket launchers damage in this game by 35%, okay? If you get 6 stacks, it's 35% with Hazardous Propulsion. But the sweet spot is like 4 stacks of Hazardous Propulsion, because that gives you 30% extra damage, okay? So you ain't missing out much. So you aiming for that 4. 4 is the sweet spot. You aim for 4, okay? Now, the weapons you're using in this build is obviously everything that's micro missiles and rocket launchers, okay? So we're running Mint Retrograde, and I highly recommend you use a Mint Retrograde with like 1 for all to get that extra damage. You could go bait and switch if you want, because you will be swapping your weapons a lot, but I say make sure you have 1 of the 2. Your rocket sidearm and your energy slot can have anything you want to buff up the damage, whether it's redirection, whether it's master of arms, whether it's 1 for all, just like Mint Retrograde. All up to you, okay? I just recommend it being one of the feature weapons. So Umfall, what is it? Return Memory from Crucible, the Void one. Recommend one of those 2, okay? And then our exotic weapon is going to be Gallahorn, because Gallahorn make micro missiles in this whole kit. Literally, the woodpack rounds are micro missiles, okay? And the rockets that shoot is, is a rocket, so Hazardous Propulsion buffs up the damage. So all micro missiles in this build, okay? Not only that, the catalyst for Gallahorn make it that it has an increased magazine, but also final blows with woodpack round spawn a faster, more powerful micro missile at the target's location. So that's another micro missile in the kit. So make sure you have the catalyst done for Gallahorn, okay? Then in the artifact, we will be abusing the one perk which made this whole build happen. This is the only reason I'm making this build. We are utilizing energy acceleration in the artifact. This making that sustained damage with micro missiles causes the combatant to emit a kinetic shockwave that damages nearby combatants. The kinetic shockwave does decent damage, and it automatically stun/flinch any enemy it hit, because intrinsically it stun unstoppable champions. So That's the main thing you care about in this build. Anything else you put on the artifact is strictly up to you. If you put on reciprocal draw to make your sidearm do more damage, by all means go for it. If you want to go with pack tactics and threadling proliferation for your mint retrograde with threadlings and stuff, go for it. Okay. If you want to put on radiant shrapnel because you're gonna have radiant on from fever and chill from the solar Galahorn kills or your return memory kills, go for it. If you add frost armor in your kit, use frost renewal. You know what I'm saying? The only thing you really need is energy acceleration in this build and elemental coalescence, because we will be using a void super on purpose so that we make void breaches, and then we can pick up the void breaches, which gives like class ability back quicker. Okay. And you also can have refresh threads on if you want to get that extra class ability energy, but it's not a necessity. Okay. Stats you want to go for in this build is obvious. 160 weapon stat. That is mandatory. There's no discussing that. Okay, there's no debating it. Okay, you gotta have 160 weapon stat in this build because we are running double special in this build. So that makes it that you always have ammo on you for your weapons, so you never run out. Okay, and then the next thing you want is 100 class ability stat. If you can get above 100, that's really good, because then you will get an overshield whenever you use your class ability. But yeah, 100 class ability stat. The sweet spot, like the golden perfect for this build, would be 200 class stat and 160 weapon stat. That would be the perfect. Shoot 200 weapon stat if you can, but 200 class stats, so then whenever you use your class ability, you'll get a void overshield. Well, not void overshield, but an overshield. So you're gonna be spamming that all day to shoot your rockets from Hazardous Propulsion, and yeah, you'll just be deleting everything. But as y'all can see in this build, since everything is a micro missile, not only is it going to be getting buffed up by Hazardous Propulsion by 30 to 35% extra damage, you're also going to be doing kinetic shockwaves 24/7 from all the micro missiles hitting everything. It's very insane. You're deleting rooms very quick. Just got to make, the only weakness I can see in this build is you being in a small room and your Hazardous Propulsion rockets hitting a wall instead of the enemies because of you being in a small room. Other than that, I don't see no weakness in this build. Okay, subclass. We're rocking a Void Super, Twilight Arsenal, like I said, so we can get them Void Breaches from Elemental Coalescence. But also, too, we'll be getting a Void Overshield from Hazardous Purpose inside our build. Your class ability can be Rally Barricade or Thruster. Truly up to you. Both work out. Thruster got an 18-second cooldown, while Rally Barricade got a 19-second cooldown. So literally, there's no big difference. So dealer's choice. I think Rally Barricade is the way to go though, because you grab aggro and all that type of stuff, reload your weapons quicker and all that type of stuff behind it. So I think Rally Barricade is the way to go though. We got shield throw on, just get a void overshield whenever we want. Whenever we throw the void shield, the shield throw, get a void overshield whenever we want. We got on shackle grenade to suspend enemies. If people start getting rowdy. We got on Diamond Lance so that we can get Frost Armor when we slam the Diamond Lance on the ground for more survivability in this build. And also too, freeze anybody and get that Darkness Transcendence bar up. Same thing with suspending with the grenade. Get that Dark Transcendence bar up, okay? We got on Knockout so that we'll get Amplified whenever we get a melee kill. So Void Overshield when we throw the Sentinel Shield. Amplified when we kill an enemy with the shield or break an enemy shields. And then we got Frost Armor. So you got Amplified, Void Overshield, and Frost Armor in this build. You should not have any worries about survivability at all. Okay. Fragments. We got Faster Protection on for some more survivability. Faster to Purpose for that Void Overshield whenever we pick up Orb Power on the ground. We got on Faster to Die, so whenever I use my melee, I get Radiant to make my weapons do even more damage. I got on Faster to Bravery, so if I get that melee kill, power melee kill, I'll have Unraveling Rounds on my Mint Retrograde, which is easy to do because Knockout making that your unpowered melees become power melees, and Sentinel Shield, easy to get a kill with it, right? So just a way to get Unraveling Round, but this is a free fragment slot for you to choose whatever you want it to be. And then we got Faster to Hope on, so we get a class ability back quicker whenever we got elemental buffs on us, which you will have on 24/7. Okay. Then armor mods. There's really not much you have to worry about except all things that help you get your ammo back quicker. So in the helmet, we got heavy ammo finder and special ammo finder. In our chest piece, we got on arc ammo generation, strand ammo generation, and solar ammo generation. I have no resist mods on because we got all that resistance in the subclass already. So I wanted to make sure that all the weapons I got on have a better ammo generation bar so ammo can get produced more easily. Lead piece, I got on solar scavenger and strand scavenger, so I get more ammo for mint retrograde and Gallahorn, because I don't think I didn't have to worry about Umfall ammo because rocket sidearms have a great ammo economy. Very hard to run out of those. Okay, and then the damage we're doing with those weapons, you kill enemies so quick, you get your ammo generation bar up very fast, and you don't run out of ammo because you're just doing so much damage with the kinetic tremors. Basically, the kinetic tremors going off from us doing micro missile damage, and hazardous propulsion buffing up our damage. The rockets from hazardous propulsion doing a lot of damage and also triggering micro missile kinetic shockwaves from the artifact from energy acceleration. Just a lot of damage. Okay, and then a class item, we have special finisher on because we have no blue mod stuff on, so whenever we got 3 armor charge, we can always finish remove somebody and get special ammo. That's the full build. Very fun, deadly build. You literally just blow up everything. Armor set I recommend in this build is smoke jumper, always good, but you go with the two-piece ion, renewal from Kepler, the one that when you kill enemies with explosive damage, you get damage resistance from splash damage, which you're doing all day in this build. So you can do the two-piece for of the ion renewal build. I believe that's what it's called. I don't think it's the ion adapter. I believe it's renewal. You got 2-piece for that one, and you also got the full set of tech sec because you will be doing kinetic damage in this whole build with the shockwaves from energy acceleration. So you can run that as well. And like I said, you can run 4-piece smoke jumper because you can do finisher move on a powerful combatant to make your special ammo progress go up even quicker. But I highly recommend the ion renewal or the tech sec in this build. Anyway, love you guys, appreciate you guys as always, and until next time, stay up.